Alexa B Alchemy here to do your weekly reading. It is the week of January 23rd, and this reading is designed to encourage anyone who has predominant Cancer placements in their natal chart, whether that is your sun, moon, rising, or north node. So my dear Cancers, for this week I pulled for you in reverse the card of manifesting and doing. Now, anytime that a card is pulled in reverse, it's generally encouraging you to look more deeply within yourself, especially if you've been projecting things out onto the world around you. Might also indicate things that have a little bit of shadow or something that you may have been struggling or are struggling with. So if you feel resistance to anything that's being said right now, be gentle with yourself and it's okay. Now, before I get into this one, I did do a reading at the beginning of this year that was designed to provide guidance for the entirety of 2023. And for Cancers, your primary message was to begin creating clarity for your life and your path by tapping into your community and into a more positive state of being. Now, Cancer is a very emotional sign, so for you, you're probably not too unfamiliar with the power of your emotions. And some of you, if you've been living from the lower sides of your emotional states, or maybe depression or anxiety or challenges in the emotional regard have been taking over your life, your encouragement for this year is to step into things that bring a little bit more positivity and uplifting nature to your experience. Now, for this week, the way that I would encourage you to begin doing that, with this card, honestly, like the primary message that I get in like big bold letters is that the complexity that you might be seeing or experiencing today is completely an illusion. And I feel like some of you might be thinking that it needs to be hard when it doesn't. Like, if you believe that everything is going to be just exhausting and draining and it's gonna take everything out of you, that's probably the reality that you're going to experience. And so for this week, again, this pulled in reverse might be a little bit challenging for you, or might present something that really beautifully will help you to grow. There's an encouragement for you to begin understanding that working for something and working hard for something doesn't mean that the work has to be hard, if that makes sense. So anytime, again, that this card is pulled in reverse, a few things might be happening. One thing that might be happening, you might be doing half the work or half-assing things. You might be trying to manifest things without actually doing the concrete physical work. And it's possible that some of you are not putting in the work or not putting in the effort because you think it's gonna be way harder than it actually is gonna be. Some of you might also be lost in the complexity of life, and I feel like some of you might be following a path that might not be authentic to what you actually want out of your life. This card, whenever it comes up in reverse, can also imply a degree of like hoping for busy, like trying to create a job or create scenarios or situations where you're gonna be busy, but not focusing on what's actually gonna make you happy. Like, maybe some of you are looking at a new job, for example, or a new project, and this project is gonna take a lot of hours and a lot of time, and there's a piece of you that's like, oh yeah, it's gonna take a lot out of me, but I'll make a lot of money for it, or whatever. And there's a piece of you that might be feeling like you have to be busy all the time, rushing around all the time, doing this, doing that. Like, there's a piece of you that feels like it has to be working so hard all the time that you're resisting the actual work that needs to be done, which really probably isn't nearly as much as you think, but it is more than what you're currently doing. But I don't know, I feel like some of you are just avoiding that work that needs to be done because you think it's gonna be so much greater than it really is. And honestly, it probably is just gonna take a couple hours of like solid, focused work, and that's really it. So instead of thinking about your life, your projects, your business as something that's gonna take up all of your time and all of your energy, understand that yes, work is required. You're going to have to put some stuff forward. You're going to have to create. But maybe for some of you, the actual work that needs to be done really isn't that much. It's just there might be like an internal block that is making it feel harder than it needs to be. I feel like for some of you, maybe there's a level of like a lack of trust, maybe lack of trust in your ability to create, that's causing you to not create or not create to the extent that you're capable. and that blockage is ultimately like creating more work for yourself. It's creating more busy work for you, but busy work doesn't mean effective work. So I think for you, for this week, my dear Cancers, acknowledge emotionally where you might feel blocked, and not acknowledge emotionally where you feel like things are really challenging or really hard, or they have to be hard. And also acknowledge that maybe your narrative is just a narrative, and that's not actually what it needs to be, and that's not necessarily the case or the full case. And instead of focusing on how hard it's gonna be or how much you're gonna have to work, I would encourage you to focus on being consistent and taking consistent action, and while you are doing that, allowing the process to be easier than you think or thought it was going to be. If you are confused about the process of manifestation or what this might look like, or trying to figure out, okay, well, what's my next step? I don't know what to do. I'm feeling blocked. Like, yeah, Alexa, this is great. I would love to do that, but I don't even know where to start. Then I would encourage you for this upcoming week to, okay, this is gonna be weird. This is gonna be a visual exercise though. Whatever it is that you want to manifest into reality, whatever your dreams are, a line of work, a relationship, a project, physical health, I feel like there's something that you have this desire for, or this desire to move towards, and maybe you don't know how, like what the first step is, and maybe that's where the hard work is. You're like, I don't even know where to step, so it's really challenging because I don't know what to do. So for you, I would encourage you to, if you've never done visualization before, I feel like for some of you that might be really helpful. Like, close your eyes, visualize the actualization of that thing that you want. And instead of thinking about it up in your mind, try to bring that image. I know this is gonna sound really weird and probably really kooky, but try to bring that image from the head down into your heart. So see if you can shift that vision or that thought into a feeling. And when you move into that space of feeling, okay, what does that feel like? Like, let that dream, that desire manifest in your heart, and feel into where that's taking you and act accordingly. That action, again, that manifestation is going to come into fruition as a result of you doing the things that need to be done to bring that into fruition. So if you're feeling blocked in any way, shape, or form, get clear about what you want. Try to bring that vision down into your heart space, follow what that's telling you, and be willing to put forward the work, be willing to lay the foundation, lay the groundwork, one step after the other, and give yourself grace and know that it doesn't have to be hard. So if you've been making it hard or avoiding it or scared of it, or if the word hard work scares you right now, it's really okay. It doesn't have to be that hard. You just have to be willing to start taking some action. I hope that this was helpful for you, my dear Cancers. I would encourage you to check out the other readings for this week as they pertain to your big three and your north node, which may help color a little bit more clearly how you may want to go about this. If you do not know where to find that information, go ahead and scroll down below, and there is a link listed in the description that will help you to figure all of that out. Also, if you would like for me to do an additional or supplementary poll specifically for you, please feel free to reach out. You can find me here on YouTube as well as Instagram and TikTok at alexab.alchemy. And again, I do these readings every single week, so if this is helpful or you would like the continued guidance, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. Finally, last piece of information, I do work as a personal coach, and at the time of filming this video, I am still taking on new clients. So if you would like a little bit more support within the container of one-on-one coaching, please shoot me a message that says Alchemy Method, and I will send you some information on what that might look like. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that this video was helpful. Please enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.